Welcome everyone to the House of Shadows and Ink with my very awesome special guest, John Ward. Hi, John.
Hey, good morning.
Welcome to the House of Shadows and Ink again.
Yeah, thank you
You
for having me on, Joe. Always a pleasure to come on here and chat. So,
That's cool. You're becoming a regular now. I like that. So, I mean, we've got more books with you, with the old Scareville thing than I think any other author that we've been with for many years,
yep.
because of the Scareville books, which is amazing. And I mean, that's why we're here. You are the author of the Scareville series, but what else? Like, just tell people basically just a quick introduction, who you are and what you do.
Yeah. So obviously, yeah, my name's John Ward. I am the author of the Scareville book series, which is sort of like a modern version of Goosebumps, but it is a little more plot driven and a little bit scarier than Goosebumps, but still safe for readers of all ages. And then I've started to branch out into adult horror as well. I had my debut adult horror novel, A Blackened Heart, A Blackened Soul, come out this January with Crystal Lake. And then I've had a couple of different short stories and anthologies, and then I've got my second adult horror novel coming out January of 2027 with Crystal Lake, and that is called An Unforgiving Nature, which will be really exciting too.
Nice. Now I know early, editors and people already freaking out for that one. So
Yeah.
I can't wait. Okay, so now we've got, what is this, the ninth book in the Scavell series, Stay Out of
Yes.
Fort Dradd. So, I mean, I know you're bringing in like a super serious villain this time. Like, tell us more about that.
Yeah. Stay Out of Fort Dread was kind of dreamt up for a couple different reasons. When I first joined Crystal Lake, I wanted to have like a logo created for the Scareville Army, like my supporters, rather than having a logo for myself at that point. And they came up with this really cool skeletal creature guy, and I'm like, you know what? I want to create a character for him in one of my stories. And in my head, I had already had a story idea planned for whenever, and it was based on this abandoned military base here in Ohio. It's called the Ravenna Arsenal. And when I was a teenager, my dad and I would go to fishing tournaments and we would drive past it all the time. And you just see this abandoned military base as you're
Mhm.
driving past, like you're driving past miles and miles of woods with barbed wire fence across it. And in between clearings, you would see these outbuildings that were all old and decrepit just sitting there. And as a teenager, my brain always wandered and thought like, what are they hiding in there? Like, why are there still people that protect this place? Like, what's going on? Like, what kind of secrets are there? And that led to my idea for Stay Out of Fort Dread was kind of like a small town horror story with mystery and intrigue that was based on solely that. And I also was able to create a character for the mascot of the Scareville Army, and his name is going to be Major Fright, which is pretty fun. So
Reminds me of Major Pain. That's
yeah,
cool. Yes, I remember when we made those logos, the idea was like the old Uncle Sam, like, we want you, the US
yeah,
Army wants you. I can't remember the exact words or phrasing, but that was the idea. This like
yep.
general, colonel, whatever kind of guy just telling you to join the Scavel army, which is your
Mm-hmm.
fan base. I mean, it's the perfect way to get to tell people what the Scavel army is about and what the books are about. So no, I'm very excited about this one. And are you already working on the next one?
The next one is done. It should be with your guys' editors. That one's going to be a really fun one, Joe.
Oh.
I don't want to give too much away till we get further down, but it's called Please Play with Caution, and yeah, that's going to be a really fun concept. I think kids and adults alike are really going to have fun with that concept.
Mm.
And as far as I know, nothing like it has been done. So that's why I'm trying to keep it closer to the vest. But um, I think when people see that, they're gonna be like, I don't know why someone didn't do a story about this earlier. So yeah, I'm really excited for it. It was
Nice.
a lot of fun to conceptualize. That might be the most action packed one we have in the series. So
Oh, that's
looking forward
cool.
to that one as well.
Mm. And for those who don't know, I mean, this is quite a popular series. It's in the vein of, I mean, like Goosebumps, middle grade stuff, but it for me it goes further than that. I mean, um, there were some Goosebumps books that were scarier than others. But this is definitely like the next evolution of it for middle grade books. And I mean, especially if, the kids start growing up and then they can go over to your adult books, which I
For
also
sure.
highly recommend, of course. Um, but yeah, I'm glad the series is not ending yet. And I mean, it's being shopped around, the film rights. There's interest in that. So who
Yep.
knows where the Scareville army is going to go? I'll definitely look into, maybe getting it translated into a few languages. I wonder what Scareville army is called in like, German or something. That would be cool. That
I'm
would
not
be
certain that there's a
interesting.
German word for Scareville yet, but
Yeah, true. Probably some sort of circus clown merry-go-round
yeah,
thing. That would be cool. Okay.
for
Yes,
sure.
so I mean, yeah, Scareville, Black and Heart. What's the next one called?
An Unforgiving Nature will be the
Forgiving
next adult
Nature.
horror novel. Yep.
So what are you busy with now? Because it sounds like everything is done and written.
Yeah, so there's going to be a couple more that I'm going to try to write this year. I think next month I'm going to work on my third adult horror novel because I've got a little bit of a lull here, and I kind of want to capitalize on my idea from Scareville and write almost like an adult horror story version
Mm.
of it. And the only reason I want to do that is because I know once book 10 for Scareville comes out, people are going to want an adult version of it. So I'd rather that come from me versus someone else doing that
Mm.
more or less. And then after that, probably would start book 11 for Scareville. So,
Yeah, maybe like a transition between middle grade and adult, like a Scareville for teenagers, and then, well, that idea of yours for book 10 that we don't want to share too much. Maybe by the time this people watch this video, it's like 3 years down the line, it's already there. So
yeah,
always recommended check out the description for John Ward's, like website, social media pages. There's a special Patreon page there as well for, the Scable Army, the kids stuff, but also the adult books. Don't worry, we keep it separate. Uh, the kids they like the first tier, so it's more
yeah,
affordable and there's like bonus stuff for them. Um, we make it special. So
absolutely.
yes, like now you're like between books at the moment.
Yes. Yep.
That's cool. And
Yeah. So now I'm just trying to get caught up on readings, and I've
nice.
gotten a lot of blurb requests in the past couple weeks. I'm trying to get caught up on those. So yeah, it's been keeping me busy though.
It comes with having your name everywhere and people starting to
Yeah.
notice you and authors basically learning from you now. That's the stage you're at now. Like, how
Yep.
did John do it? How's he getting it done? No, I love that. Um, and we'll always be there every step of the way. The House of Shadows and Ink will always be there, like shorts and announcements and news and ads. And I'm hoping people will also take a look. I mean, Scaville series is it's well read already. It's wide, so if anyone's watching this and they haven't tried it yet, uh, the whole series link is in the description. 9 books already. Good grief. So where do you get like? I mean, you were definitely probably like an avid Goosebumps reader as a kid, but where do you get all these ideas? And does it naturally fit with the kids stuff, or do you have to wrestle it down to something that's more kid friendly?
Welcome to small town America. Friendly neighbors, white picket fences, scarecrows that occasionally move on their own. John Ward's Scareville series takes ordinary small town life and introduces it to extraordinary terror, sinister forces, supernatural mysteries, and the kind of darkly atmospheric horror that makes you reconsider ever moving somewhere quiet. This middle grade series blends family drama, small town intrigue, and spine-tingling scares, because apparently regular family drama wasn't quite enough. For fans of dark horror, creepy small-town mysteries, and supernatural suspense, this is your new obsession. The Scareville series by John Ward.
Uh, yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of it is just stuff that I feel like I would have been afraid of as a kid, and
Mm.
so that helps. Um, and then some of it obviously is just from twisting existing tropes that are out there, and making it fit into my own vision and story for the series. And then sometimes it's an innocent mistake where I like for Welcome to Scareville, I thought that was a super unique concept. I was like, nobody's written something like this, and then when I published it, people are like, "Oh, this is like Needful Things for kids," and I was like, "I've never read
Mm.
Needful Things. I didn't know it existed." But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun, and I've realistically, I mean, if the series does well and continues to grow, and maybe the Hollywood shopping around goes well, I've got conceivably like 50 stories or more that I could write for the series. It's just all going to depend on the success of it, and we'll see
Mm.
where it goes. But yeah, I'm really excited for Scareville for sure.
Yeah, I've already got ideas for, like games for kids, cards games. Like the world is your oyster when you have an amazing IP like this. I mean, collectible toys for the kid, well, playable that you can still play with, but for the
Yeah, for
kids and
sure.
paint their own characters, uh, coloring books, apps, whatever. There's so much we can do. It depends on just how people react, and we know these are amazing books. We've seen the reaction. So let's see what happens. I'm super
For sure.
excited. Well, so you are also very active in, like the writing community. You travel, you do conventions and everything. So any advice for authors who are trying to do the same thing, getting the name out there, whether it's for, middle grade kids, adults? Uh, I mean, it looks like a full-time job.
It is. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a full time, but it's close to it. It just depends on how much work you want to put into it. I mean, when you're in the midst of writing a novel and getting that ready to
Mm.
go and going through edits, like that part is a full time job, for sure. It's like working two full time jobs, which is why a lot of people's goal becomes wanting to be a full time
Mm.
writer. However, yeah, in terms of putting the work in, I always tell new authors, ask yourself what your goal is. Like, if your goal is to become a full time writer, you've got to be willing to put the work in. It's not as easy as you hitting publish and then people know who you are and they're going to read your
Mm.
books. Like, you've got to put the work in. You've got to keep an eye out for whether it's local author events, or even just local horror event, like whatever genre it is. Like, there's events all over the place. You can talk to local indie bookstores, local libraries. There's ways to get your name out there and schedule events. And if you're hungry enough, you'll be able to find those things. But yeah, getting out in front of people is a huge part, as well as social media. So if those are your goals, got to be active on social media. Read and review other people's books. That helps get your name recognized as well, on top of promoting your own. But the biggest thing for me was always hitting local events, building my name that way. Did that for a little over a year, where I was just hammering local events before I started getting invites or started getting told by other authors, like, "Hey, you should look out for this event at books a year in advance. So, in a few months, you need to be aware of this one. Keep it on your radar," kind of a thing. And as you become more active on social media and through those events, that's when you'll start to see your name grow, sort of naturally. So,
Yeah, no, I still believe the golden rule is always everything is 10 times more difficult than you think it's going to be. So you basically need to push yourself and plan more. And hope is not a good strategy for a career. And what really helped you was with all these conventions and stuff you did, you started meeting other authors, like the guy next to you in the booth next to you. And eventually it's one of those authors who contacted us and said, you need to take a look at John Ward's Scareville series. Not just good writing, but this is someone who's really pushing, like working on their career, working on branding, everything. And those are the people publishers look for. I mean, we're not looking for a one book sells a lot and then it's gone kind of situation. We're looking for
yeah,
committed career authors. That's what people need to show. And eventually someone's going to see it, whether it's on social media or events. Uh, you have to put yourself out there. So that's cool. You definitely did it correctly. So congrats. Yeah.
thank you,
Well, I
thank you,
mean, we are fans. We've got some avid Scareville readers here in the office who just love your work. We've got a whole section of our bookcase here. We're like basically pumping your books into even local bookstores, like a nice Scareville display on the shelf. I think every bookstore needs a Scareville display, like
for sure.
face forward kind of thing. But yes, we'll always keep pushing. We'll keep an eye on all your work. I'm sure everyone watching this will do the same. Please do check out the links in the description. John is an awesome guy to follow on social media, Patreon, wherever you can find him, and get all the books and get them signed. So that's all I'm going to say,
Absolutely.
because one day they're probably going to be worth a lot more. So, well, John, any final advice for, maybe authors or readers on where to start, what to expect, what kind of books and experiences they're going to have with your books?
Yeah. So advice to authors, just I guess would be more of a word of affirmation. Like every author is going to battle imposter syndrome and feel like they're worse than what they are. Just fight through that as much as you can. Because once you release your book out to the world and you get to physically hold it and other people are reading and reviewing it, there's no better feeling than that. So just keep pushing, keep grinding. In terms of people reading my stories, if it's Scareville, you're going to be in for a spooky, fun, good time with a lot of mystery and intrigue. Sometimes you're going to get cliffhanger endings, sometimes you'll get twist endings, but they're always going to be fun. And then when it comes to my adult horror stuff, the leash comes off and things get a little more serious. So Black and Art of Black and Soul is a very bleak book, but and also very emotional, but it's well worth the read. It's a beautiful story. And then with Unforgiving Nature that comes out next winter, that one's going to be a bit of a slower burn than my previous novel, but it's going to really ramp up very quickly, and it's going to get very serious very quickly and very scary very quickly. So keep that in mind.
I'm sure everyone will. Well, thanks again, John, for being here. I'm sure we're going to have you back many more times many more times in the future. And best of luck with just everything that you do.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on, Joe.
Done. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.